Hello and welcome. Today we delve into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, focusing on the Portuguese police's investigation and the portrayal by the UK mainstream media. May 3rd, 2007, a date etched in global consciousness. 3-year-old Madeleine McCann vanished from Praia da Luz, Portugal, sparking an international media frenzy. From the outset, the Portuguese police, known as the Polícia Judiciária, or PJ, led the investigation. Operating under Portugal's judicial secrecy laws, the PJ maintained confidentiality to protect the inquiry's integrity. However, the UK media's expectations clashed with these protocols. Accustomed to more transparent procedures, British journalists criticised the PJ's perceived lack of openness. Marcel Berlins of The Guardian noted that the UK media's coverage was clouded by confusion and speculation, often based on misunderstandings of Portuguese legal procedures. The PJ faced numerous challenges: language barriers, coordinating with international agencies, and unprecedented media scrutiny. Despite their efforts, the investigation encountered obstacles, leading to public frustration. Criticism intensified when the McCanns were declared arguidos, formal suspects, a status that was later lifted. The media's portrayal often overlooked the complexities of the case and the legal framework within which the PJ operated. The British media's intense focus and, at times, sensationalist reporting led to tensions. The McCanns themselves expressed dismay at media interference, emphasising the need for responsible journalism. It's crucial to recognise that different legal systems have distinct protocols. The PJ's approach was rooted in their legal obligations, aiming to ensure a thorough and unbiased investigation. As we reflect on this case, it's essential to approach such complex investigations with understanding and respect for differing legal systems and cultural practices. On May 3, 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared from her family's holiday apartment in Praia da Luz, Portugal. The case quickly garnered international attention with extensive media coverage, particularly in the UK. The Polícia Judiciária, Portugal's primary criminal investigation agency, led the search for Madeleine. Operating under Portugal's judicial secrecy laws, the PJ maintained confidentiality to protect the integrity of their investigation. This approach, however, contrasted sharply with the UK media's expectations for transparency and frequent updates. The British media's response to the PJ's methods was often critical. Journalists accustomed to more open communication from law enforcement agencies viewed the PJ's discretion as a lack of transparency. This led to accusations of incompetence and mishandling of the investigation. Marcel Berlins, writing for The Guardian, highlighted that misunderstandings of the Portuguese legal system contributed to confusion and speculation in the UK press. Several factors complicated the investigation and fueled media criticism. The UK's legal system differs significantly from Portugal's, leading to misinterpretations of the PJ's procedures and intentions. The intense media scrutiny pressured investigators and sometimes led to the dissemination of impacting public perception. The PJ faced limitations in resources and manpower, which may have affected the investigation's efficiency. The media's portrayal had tangible consequences. The McCanns pursued libel actions against several publications for unfounded allegations, resulting in apologies and financial settlements. The narrative shaped by the media influenced public opinion, sometimes overshadowing factual developments in the case. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann is a profoundly complex and tragic case. While it's natural for media outlets to seek information and hold authorities accountable, It's crucial to approach such sensitive investigations with cultural understanding and respect for differing legal systems. Balanced and responsible reporting is essential to ensure that the pursuit of truth and justice remains uncompromised. Why did the McCanns clean their apartment before the police arrived, after they reported Madeleine was missing? Why did they, before calling the police, phone the UK? Why did police sniffer dogs detect the smell of blood and a dead body? Why were they hesitant in answering some questions under police interrogation, arousing police suspicions that they were not being honest with what really happened, or they knew more than they were willing to reveal? Also, why did they leave their children alone in their apartment and not charged with child neglect? I've been on many overseas holidays and note that parents always took their children with them, even late into the night. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann in 2007 has been the subject of extensive investigation and public scrutiny. My questions address several complex aspects of the case, and while definitive answers may be elusive due to the ongoing nature of investigations, I can provide information based on available sources. There is no credible evidence to suggest that Kate and Jerry McCann cleaned their apartment before the police arrived. Such claims have been part of various conspiracy theories but lack substantiation from official investigations. It is documented that after discovering Madeleine was missing, the McCanns contacted local authorities promptly. Any communication with family or friends in the UK occurred subsequent to notifying the Portuguese police. This sequence of actions aligns with the urgency and distress parents would naturally experience in such a situation. I suspect this is not true because of conflicting reports I have read. In August 2007, British sniffer dogs were brought in to assist with the investigation. These dogs indicated the presence of cadaver scent and traces of blood in the McCann's apartment and rental car. However, it's crucial to note that such indications by sniffer dogs are not definitive evidence, but rather tools to guide investigations. Subsequent forensic analyses did not conclusively link these findings to Madeleine, and the results were deemed inconclusive. The McCanns were subjected to extensive questioning by Portuguese authorities. Reports suggest that there were perceived inconsistencies in their statements, which led to increased scrutiny. However, such from the stress and trauma associated with such events. It's also important to consider potential communication challenges and misunderstandings during cross-language interrogations. The McCanns have publicly acknowledged their decision to leave Madeleine and her siblings unattended in the apartment while they dined nearby, checking on them periodically. This practice, while controversial, was reportedly not uncommon among holidaymakers at the resort. Portuguese authorities did not press charges for child neglect, possibly due to differing cultural norms and legal standards regarding parental supervision. Why didn't the British police? The disappearance of Madeleine McCann remains a deeply tragic and complex case. While numerous theories and questions persist, it's essential to approach the subject with sensitivity and reliance on verified information. The McCanns have consistently denied any involvement in their daughter's disappearance, and no conclusive evidence has been presented to implicate them. The search for Madeleine continues with hope for answers and justice. It was the Portuguese police dogs that detected the smell of blood and a dead body. There was also a heavy suitcase that mysteriously disappeared from their apartment. Could Madeleine have been inside it? The disappearance of Madeleine McCann in 2007 has been the subject of extensive investigation and speculation, addressing specific questions. Eddie, a cadaver dog trained to detect human remains, and Keela, a blood detection dog, alerted investigators to specific areas within the McCann's apartment and their rental car. Eddie signaled the presence of cadaver scent behind the sofa in the living room and near a wardrobe in the main bedroom. Keela detected traces of human blood in these locations. Additionally, Eddie alerted to the presence of cadaver scent in the McCann's rental car, a Renault Scenic hired several weeks after Madeleine's disappearance. Some speculate that such an item could have been used to transport Madeleine. However, official police files and credible sources do not confirm the existence or disappearance of such a bag in connection with the case. Discussions on forums like Reddit have addressed this topic, but they often rely on speculation without concrete evidence. While the alerts from the sniffer dogs raised questions, no conclusive evidence has been found to determine Madeleine's whereabouts or the circumstances of her disappearance. The case remains open, with investigations continuing in the hope of uncovering the truth. Major Madeleine McCann update as cops rush to charge prime suspect Christian Bruckner before he's freed in days. Yesterday, Madeleine and McCann's suspect Christian Bruckner confessed to taking a child in Portugal as a cellmate, drops a court bombshell. A woman releases bombshell new DNA results. While the alerts from the sniffer dogs raised questions, no conclusive evidence has been found to determine Madeleine's whereabouts or the circumstances of her disappearance. The case remains open, with investigations continuing in the hope of uncovering the truth. Thank you for joining us. Let's strive for balanced perspectives and informed discussions in our quest for truth and justice.